Oh man,
It's the Curiously Insane Podcast. Time to hit you with the facts.
what it do, what it be? It's your boy Tyler Transu here with the Curiously Insane Podcast, where we find out what fires people up, and in doing so, we fire you up to find your Everest and climb it. Because, baby, it ain't the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Go, bro. Today, we are on episode 12, and we have the honor and privilege of having on
What's
Amy.
Hey, what's
Alien
up,
Girl
Tyler?
111, aka
Yes,
on Twitter at
Yes.
Paper Crane 111.
111, yeah. Paper Crane 111, but you should just be able to type Alien Girl 111 and it pops up. So, but yeah,
Apps.
Paper Crane 111. Just go to the channel. The links are there. Links are everywhere. Just go to Alien Girl 111 YouTube. That's the central hub. That's the one. That's the one. And then I have another channel that I'm very excited to talk about today, which is called Paper Crane Wishes, which is a crafting channel. So I'm very excited to discuss that as well, because content creation is a huge interest that I have. And I'm also so refreshed to not be on a UFO show. I love UFOs, trust me. And I love the aliens, and I love techno, and I love dancing. But I find myself all the time having to stop my ranting in the show because I want to start talking about content creation. I want to start talking about how I execute this shit. And I'm like, but this isn't that. I don't say that to the alien people. These are just people who want to talk about aliens. They don't want to talk about content creation, you know?
They don't realize, right, all the stuff that goes into this. So this is just like
Right.
this perfect, serendipitous moment, right, that came together.
Yes.
And I think
Yes.
for the viewers and audience, for anybody watching, you know, this whole moment was made possible because I reached out to Alien Girl back in November when we had finished our Dockside Media documentary, Conscious Contact Full Disclosure. Asked her if she wanted to view it and have us on her channel to discuss. And she did. It was so fun. And, you know, she's a big reason, I believe, why we ended up getting it picked up for distribution by 1091 Pictures, because I think maybe they at 1091 saw us on there and
They
saw
watched
that
it.
we could conduct ourselves, and they saw how hyped she was to watch it. But
And then they emailed me to see if I wanted to do little movies for them for shows. So they send me trailers now. I get little press kits after that. So we both kind of, it was this moment in time. Yes, no, it's so fucking awesome, Tyler. What's up, Hydro Ho?
yo, Hydro Ho saying what's up.
Welcome to the
Dude,
best part of the internet, Hydro Ho.
I know. Although Hydro Hose, I want to say, is Hydro Hose, do you know Hydro Hose or no? Personally?
I know, man. I do now.
But I feel like Hydro Hose might have been the person one time. They typed out this real long message, and I read it, like this comment while doing the live show, and it was so, like, I don't know what it was, if it was black magic or what. It hypnotized me. Like, I was like, yo, what is this? Like, I feel like this just kind of blew my mind, and yeah, I can't even operate right now. So Hydro Hose, yeah, they're a big fan of the Curiously Insane Podcast, and I appreciate you showing up. I do mobile gaming. That's what's
Cool.
up.
Sick.
And some
We love that,
poetry.
dude.
I remember
We're talking
that
about content.
before.
Yeah. It's a
So
content
yo,
episode.
Alien Girl, hit my man Hydro Hose with, you know, how do you, like, all right, so one thing, let me say this. I've seen your Alien Girl show since November when Dockside Media, Chris and I had first come on. I saw, what was it, maybe 2-3 months ago, you started doing like a morning show, right? Like a daily, a weekly, like daily show. And yo, what spoke to me, what I loved was the heart and hustle that you're waking up, like, because you're in mountain time, And you got to be waking up at the butt crack of dawn to be putting out that show you're getting up at 4 a.m. And so people might, as much as they love your show, they probably don't think that through. Like, dude, what does it take for you to get prepared to do a daily show every day? What does that look like?
Sure, this is a fucking amazing thing, but it keeps me jam-packed, it keeps me busy, and that keeps me my best self, man. When I have something to do all day long, that's when I'm my best self, and I do like the coolest things, and I go on the coolest journeys. So right now, I'm kicking back. It's kind of cool. I like doing it in the mornings, because then, I kind of got the rest of the day to myself, and then like throughout the week, like if I want to come on a show on a weekday night, cool, like do a show one night with somebody to have fun with it. Or if I want to have a show, on the weekend and I'm feeling like it, I like to do little random streams. So that's kind of cool. But the routine is, and it's very routine. Usually, like, I don't know, I think I go to bed, depends, 8, 9, 10, 11. But some nights I'll get like 12 hours of sleep. Like I go to bed at 7. And then other nights I go to bed at like 10, but I got the 12 hours the night before.
Right on, yeah.
So I just shave it up. I know this sounds
You can
so
piggy bank that.
It's calculated, I know. So then I go to bed, and then, I wake up at 4, and then I just get my coffee going. And actually, when I'm drinking my coffee right when I wake up, before I get ready for the day, that's when I just start searching like UFO, UAP, alien, space. And I look, I don't want to break it to my fans or whatever, but like I go through the article with them. I take screenshots. I don't do little, like, I'm like, is this fucking cool? Screenshot it a lot. And this is back to content. This is a lot of things that I hear people saying, well, I don't go on and I don't know. I don't feel like I'm prepared, or I don't have anything to talk about. It's just like, fucking find something. Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to curse. Sorry.
Oh, you can curse. It's all good.
Okay.
This is a mature rating show.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
One time I cursed with like a kid in the room, like in the guest room, or they were watching. They were watching their dad. I was like, I didn't mean to do that. My bad. But as far as I know, there's no kids around right now, so you're good to do you.
I'll be good.
Be as passionate
I'll clean up my act. So then I just do screenshots. I upload the overlays. And it's like minute by minute when I wake up, just like everybody's routine. And then I get on the show, and by the time it turns 5, I'm always live. And honestly, I feel like I'm like halfway getting it together by the 30-minute mark, when I'm like, okay, hey guys, like I'm here. Like seriously, the first 25 minutes is me just trying to wake the fuck up.
Right.
Like that literally is when I pound coffee down. But it's also when I have the height of my energy. Like I'm just like, woo! And also, I got like the rest of my day that's not going to be like super fun and crazy and amazing. Just, wow, like life is just life for adults. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter what you do. There's life and there's things. It's just how you deal with those things and how you get through it, but whatever. So that's my moment when I can just go as crazy as possible at the height of my energy and say whatever the hell I want. It's my show and I can curse. And if I want to talk about this or that or weed's been legal or whatever, whatever's on my mind. And then I get it all out. And then my coworkers are just like, thank you for doing that, Amy. Because now I don't, they don't hear about it anymore. And so that's been really good for everyone.
No,
everyone in my life.
Dude, and here's what's up. I think it's cool that you can unwind and be crazy and excited at that early in the morning, because people want to watch interesting people. Like that's what they want to watch,
Yes.
So that's something I try and be mindful of when I'm creating content.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh dude, like you need to be interesting, right? If you're boring, downtrodden, it's very hard to get behind that. But like what you've done, the shows that I've stopped by and watched, is like, you have a fan base that you are growing that loves to hear and feel your energy like every morning, right? They just do. And so it's cool that you are having an effect on them. And so, right, to you, sometimes it's like, 4 a.m. Are you kidding me? But like,
it's never,
you do it anyways, and you get the results. Like you're putting out great content. Yo, Hydra hose. This, see, like, this is what I'm talking about when they trip me out. You see everything, it all breaks down in front of you, the essence, the air itself, a complex design pulled into the void. You gain momentum, locked forward, only slowing to what seems a lone star.
Wow.
And so, yeah, Hydra hose, like I said, you should get into some poetry and whatnot. I think you've got some eloquent words. I talk on Troubled Minds Radio. Okay, right on. I dig it.
Sweet. Nice.
So, one thing I think that's encouraging to people who want to create content is for you, right? You're doing daily shows, but the legwork is kind of the morning of, right? There might be some stuff you had seen the night before, but mostly you're boop 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 finding articles
Oh yeah. Yeah.
right
Oh,
then.
dude, Tyler. I got it going on and with the content creation so well, and the reason I loved this content creator business, as much as people might not want to call it that or whatever, but all the money that I'm making, I'm going to a conference, it's bettering my life, it's helping me grow my channel or whatever. But in terms, because I did Etsy for a really long time, and that's where the crafting channel came up. Started doing little crafting videos, kind of to try to get people to watch, to get by from the store, honestly.
Yep.
So that's kind of how that all came to be. Um, and then I saw and then I had made some random tutorial about like how to do an Etsy listing, and it got like 26,000 views, and I made like, I don't know, $300 off of it, right? But I didn't. But there was all these monetization rules and shit that took a while for me to get that money, right?
Right.
We're not going to get into all that nonsense because that's just so complicated. We can make a 4-hour video about how shows get monetized and whatever.
Right.
And so I saw that. And so this is what I like to talk about, what we're saying. And I was like, there's just so many things that like I just can't openly talk about because people have issues with, ufology and money and a business. And it's different because you're giving a value to people. I'm creating a community. I'm so bent on creating community. If you watch my show, you'll realize I try to not say I always try to say, we're going to do this. We got this going today, you guys. We're going to go to whatever. It's always, I never want to say like, I'm here. Oh yeah, thanks. We're going to be, no, we're doing this as a group. This is a community. This is a community. So that's the value. I'm helping create, and I don't even like saying I'm now. We're creating a community. We're creating a community. We're creating a network of people, and there's a value to that. There's also a value to people waking up every day and knowing that they could just have some crazy fucking lady talking about UFOs or aliens or whatever the fuck. Like, this is a fantasy that we all strive. Like, I think a lot of people I know who are into it, we like fantasy, and we like to hide from reality. And I might be talking about the news, but I know what the real news is. It's not it's not the bullshit I'm talking about every morning. What we're
Right.
talking about is fun. A rocket went up. Yeah, like
Yep.
stuff like that. Aliens, we got more information that there is extraterrestrial life somewhere again. Like we already know it, but every day it happens. It's still super exciting. But it's still a fantasy that people are. I hide in the fantasy every day. I'm not judging. It is my fantasy. It's what I'm doing. Like that's why we're doing it. We're all into the UFOs and then hiding in it in a little bit. So back to like the whole business concept, like you were saying with executing the legwork. That's what I love about it. Live, I don't have to edit anything. I made these little
Yep.
crafting videos, dude. It would take me days to edit them, take me days to shoot them. I had to wait till the lighting was good. I had to have all the freaking materials to make whatever, and then I put it all together, and I got like 25 views, right?
Yep.
And it is like chipping away at a giant wall. And then I just started watching other channels that were actually like succeeding with making money, because I also knew that the one that I got 26,000 views off of, I only made $300. I was
Right.
like, what the fuck? And I was like, how are these? So are these channels that are making like, that have like a million, like how are they doing? And I don't want to get into them. Like I figured it out pretty much, like all the numbers on it. You know what I mean? Like looking at a channel,
Right.
being like, how much do you think they make? Because my little crafting channel it is monetized, and it makes $20 a month, and that's me just kicking back just from all the energy I put into it. I really only do a video for it now when I do like a FabFitFun unboxing, or like I made like a
Okay.
Roblox video with my kiddo, and like cute little
Yep.
ideas that I think like this could trend, this might get a lot of views. Because the ones that I see that work the best is like they make a video, they find their niche, and then they start popping out like chocolate Pop Tarts and Jello, Pop Tarts on a slide. You've got a kid too. So I was thinking about this. You're a YouTube parent. You do YouTube, and you probably they probably watch YouTube, right?
Oh yeah, they're big. I mean, well, hold on. You said so many things. I want to mention one thing that I hope the listeners really take to heart. Is you said a really cool thing is that with your channel on YouTube, Alien Girl 111, you make a conscious decision to say we and we're when addressing the community because you're trying to build a community. And I think people should know that. Like, yo, that's a simple, effective step to growing a brand, to growing a community, to creating content. So kudos on that. Ditto on the live streaming is much easier than editing because editing is tedious. And to that, it segues into, yeah, right, I have an 8-year-old now, and so we've made like Pokemon unpacking videos, different like Fortnite, WWA 2K22, like different video game videos. And yeah, I'm selling him hard on, bro. We should just be live streaming this from the PS5 now because it's
right.
Like because yo, like, you know, man, we got to hook up lab mics. I got to set up 3 cameras, right? I got to set up lights. We've got to. It's just, you know, there's a lot of extra work. I think the end product does look better, obviously, right? If I'm using like prime lenses, but I don't know. He's 8 years old, trying to grow a channel, and you know, a lot of these video gaming channels are just like, yeah, it's the, you know, the main whatever game they're playing, and then like, yeah, a little box of them in the, you know, down below. So it's super easy to create, yeah. And so we are doing some of that, and he loves it.
And it's the same with, you know, people's support, you know, when they support our channels and they grow, and you know, like my channel, friend, like we were saying, like we, you know, versus me, like she helped me. Her name's Kat. She bought me this desk that I have here. She bought it on Amazon. Look how nice it is. It's got knockety knock.
That is sick.
She bought me the lights back here. I got 2 lights. And then she bought me an electrical charge outlet. So that's really badass. It's got like USB connections and stuff. And her name's Kat, and she's my friend. And it's just like, yeah, I love waking up to them too. It's like I need them as much as they need me. If they need me at all, I need them. No, and so that's like also the thing is it's really is like the high point of my day, because what I feel about the UFO community is it's very intense for a lot of different reasons. Because I think for me, the community has always been number one, just because that's why I'm here, because I've been in the live chats. Like I just graduated from live chat to YouTuber, right? I was just like, let's go to YouTubing. I'm a live chatter, but I'm gonna. So like I always was in the live chats. You know, like the channel Third Phase of Moon, I've been following Brent and Blake for 8 years, 9 years. I don't know, since they fucking started.
Right.
And I remember I was telling him, I was like, dude, I remember when, I would listen to their radio shows. Like I would be in the chats listening, you know, like all of it, like fucking the whole time. But I was always their fan. Like I always was. It was like this interesting fan friend relationship, right? And you know, you hang out in the chats or whatever, and you know, you say things to each other like, what's up, dude? You know, like
Yeah.
But over fucking years it becomes kind of intense, you know. And so it's just was such a cool blessing, because this year I actually got to touch base with them and call, and me, Brent and Blake all talked on the phone, and we were just fucking dorking out, man, because we've known each other, you know. But now we're talking to each other. And for me, like, in the middle of the fucking night, like we're talking about, it's a fantasy, and it is. It's a fantasy for me every fucking day. I'm like, the aliens, but they're really coming. That's the best part. What's up, Grandmaster? Grandmaster's got a cool channel too. Speaking of content, he just likes to start like dancing and rapping, and it's so kick ass. I love it. He's one of my favorites to watch live. Because you're talking about interesting people, and maybe it's not even being interesting. Maybe it's just being yourself. Maybe it's just being the authentic, raw person that you are, because we are all these beautiful little people in the world. And I think we are trained so much to dislike ourselves, like from a young age. Dislike yourself if you're an artist, or dislike yourself if you're a math geek or whatever. And those times are over. Like, you can love yourself for every single thing that you do right, and forgive yourself for the things that you're not good at. And I think when we do that, we become super duper strong, and we can do, like, seriously anything, and being your, like, raw, authentic person. And that's something I always saw from YouTube as well, which is why I was like, okay, like, let's give it a shot. Like, I'm not a model. I'm not, but the freaking truth is people like Ryan's toy review, mom and dad,
Yep.
normal people. And why? People want to watch authentic, real people. People are tired of the model bullshit narrative being shoved down their throat that they need to look like this or talk like this or act like this so much that it's like flipped completely. Like, people just want someone who's fucking real. They don't want this bullshit anymore. And I think it's just in general, like in society, especially after the pandemic, like people just want no bullshit. Okay? Put the bullshit aside. Everyone's sick of it, I think everyone's sick of the bullshit.
I can totally get behind it, and I agree. It's, often the hardest, like the hardest thing to do when getting into podcasting or being on, or being like, right, on a camera, is to like just be yourself. It is so hard, man. It is just unbelievably hard for a lot of people. And so one of the things I love is getting people like into that mind frame of, guys, you can do this, man. You're going to watch this and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, yo, like I could win an Oscar. Like, and that's what I tell them every time, man, when I go shoot these interviews and stuff. It's like, bro, man, I just, everybody has it in them. And it's only in the process of doing that, like, you find out that you can do it. Like, you were lurking and engaging in these different channels and YouTube channels, right? And one day you decided, you know what? I think I can do it. And you started, and I'm sure your channel from the first episode to where you're at now is completely, like the production value, there's, things improved, you probably got even more comfortable on camera just as you continue to do it, and better at speaking, and engaging with your audience, and using those things like we to build the community. And it's just good stuff. It fires me up. And that almost, that is just like this right here. Hydra Hose. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. Oh, okay. That's dope too. But no, where did I see this one earlier? Oh, okay. He was like, yo, I started making songs since the last time I've seen your show. You should check them. I have them in the form of shorts. Right on, Hydra Hose. Dude, I will definitely check them out. And that's just sick that you went and started making songs, man. Because, like, that's how people become musicians and songwriters. Like I said, man, your words, bro, they're definitely eloquent. And the more you do it, bro, the better you're going to get.
Congratulations, man. You did it.
Sure. What NASA and Grandmaster UV, NASA and SpaceX messed up on their docking coverage, but it was awesome footage earlier, and now they're showing them on the ISS. Congrats, Crew 4.
Yeah, Crew 4.
That is
it went up this morning.
And that's sick too. Like, yo, everybody, most people in the world now have an opinion of Elon Musk, and whatever anybody thinks of him, bro, props to him for,
Yeah.
he didn't like necessarily build it with his own hands, but the fact that my man said, "Yo, I can make reusable rockets, right? Or like parts of rockets. Like I'm not gonna act like I'm an expert, and have them land like on a pad in the ocean." Like, dude, who is not saying insane, insane, can never be done, crazy? Who is betting on that? But dude, the guy
Oh, I
thought
love
he could
him.
do it and kept going and getting the necessary people, at his company to build right that community
Isn't that
to also
interesting?
believe in him, and boom, comes to
That's
fruition.
interesting. Dude, that's interesting. I fucking love it. It's interesting because that's the thing is people are important, and I don't mean using people. There are authentic friendships and connections that you can make that are really real and awesome and fun and still drive you into the direction that you want to go. And so, my show's been like I was studying journalism for a little bit, and I went to this lady's talk. She was an anchor in Chicago on a news station, and she told him to turn off the cameras, and she said everybody's gonna tell you bullshit your whole life, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. Um, and she said it's not called networking; it's called making friends. She said something like networker, like it's about saying hi, how are you, nice to meet you. And she'd talk about how she'd be outside the press coverages and she'd make friends with the people who worked at the restaurant or the people who were always there. And, it's different. And so, like, people and the connections that you make are really what's going to kind of make it go on and on. And I think if you have that interest in connecting with more people, it gets bigger and bigger. And I think this goes to Elon too, and just anybody who's willing to put their money on the line. It's there's a lot, like, you might be like, oh, there are a lot of the greedy billionaire thing, but he put a lot of money on the line so that he could create free speech with open source code for Twitter. And people are saying, oh, he's taking it over, he's taking it over. No, not really at all. If anything, the best work comes from the least ego. Like the least you're obsessed with yourself and you think that everyone should, it's like that's really what holds people back, is when they think they're so amazing. That's they're just the most amazing people in the world, and it's like then they don't learn anything, then they don't try to change, they don't try to grow, they don't try to evolve. And the next thing you know, the person that was the underdog is beating you because you thought you were so amazing you didn't even see him coming from the corner. And that's the problem with ego. Someone's always going to beat you to it if you think you're the best. You need to always be second guessing yourself. Am I the best? Am I good at this? Oh my God. And if anything, if you notice it's all crap, that's fine. You can fix it. I agree with you 100%, especially we had Hydro Hose was making music.
Yeah.
Was making music. Okay. So here's the thing, man. I think if you just want to do it, you should just go do it. Like, I can tell this is the theme of your podcast too, in a lot of ways. Just go do it. I was alone, not alone. I had my husband and my daughter, and we were at home during the lockdowns, and it was awful, and there was nowhere to go, and I was literally doing video chats with my friends.
Right.
I was like, this sucks. And then I'm getting this, now these videos are coming out. Oh, these are real. And I'm like, you know what? This is bullshit. Like, I've been talking about this shit for years. And then I was watching Alien Addict. I don't know if you ever saw that show, but it's a show I've been watching for a long time too. And I remember sitting there, and Ollie had him and like 5 other boys on. And I was like, these fucking boys. And I was like, I want to be on that show. I need to be on that panel. And you know what? Now I am. But you know how it started? It started was I was there, and I was like, I'm going to go start a little show. And I actually bought a microphone for the crafting channel so that I could have cool voiceovers. And so that would sound good. And then it was kind of like, I got the microphone. How about once a week we just get on the internet, start talking about aliens? So I'd get on and start shit talking Corey Good or whatever for an hour, but getting to look in the camera and to keep talking and everything, it actually is a lot harder than it is. Like, it took me a long time to work myself up to that,
Oh yeah.
like a really long time. And yeah, and so it's just been an interesting journey for sure. And I think that people should just go out there. And I was doing the first shows in the garage, literally like by my like broken washing machine, and like I can't even explain how dire it got. Like the things I had nothing. I had like, oh my gosh, the crappiest music. And that's one reason Lee from First Floor Audio helped me out and made all those tracks, is because the show needed some help.
I got you. Yeah.
It needed some help. I mean, I was playing the music through the speakers. It was making all this weird noise, like it was in the garage. The audio was all jacked up, like all
Oh, sure.
crazy. But I did it, and I got over the fear of people watching it. First, I was like, "Oh, what if I do if someone at work sees it?" My boss came on my show. She's into it. Problem solved. But I didn't worry about that till I got to that road. And now we've got this great community of people where we wake up every day in the morning, and it's the morning in America, it's the afternoon in Europe, and it's the evening in Australia, and the live chat family all over the world could just be like, UFOs, they're gonna fucking tell us one day. Yeah, and it's great.
Yo, I love it. And that whole thing was like, yeah, like how you started in the garage, right? I mean, a lot of people, the hardest thing is just getting over that fear of what others think, because like like you said, like you've been talking about this subject for a long time. So it's not like you're not polished in that regard. But yo, the only way you get better on camera is not by thinking about it, but by doing it. And
Yeah,
like, yo, like anything, riding a bike, what, like, singing. Like if I really, really, really wanted to become a good singer, like, I feel like I could take lessons, right? And if I really applied myself to it, like, I don't know if I'd ever become a great singer, but my voice would improve. My singing would
yeah,
improve,
easily.
because it's
Of
like
course.
anything else, man. Whatever you do repetitively, you just naturally get better at it.
Mhm.
So that's awesome. And yeah, kudos to you, because I bet in another 3 to 5 years, right, you'll look back on the setup you have now, and your channel will be that much bigger and the community that much larger, and you'll be like, "Oh man, yeah, I can't believe I was
Yeah.
filming like that before," or whatever it is, because you're just
Yes.
going to keep getting better and keep growing, and you'll think of new things, right? There's just, there's always ways to like, that's one of the things that I think has just helped me on my like filmmaking journey, is just not being afraid, like what to like try new things, to try and improve, and to like not think that I know everything, right? Like, I just go out and I try my best, and as mistakes are made, I learn from them and get better. And especially like with Dockside Media, Chris and I working together, um, it's awesome building these documentaries, and like each one, like, getting better and using different, or just additional techniques to help with the storytelling. And the only way we became documentarians was because, like, yeah, in August of 2021, Chris is like, "Hey, you want to start shooting documentaries?" I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." Um, and then, boom, from there, right, we've got 3 picked up for distribution. If anybody's watching, Conscious Contact, full disclosure, about aliens, UFO, telepathy, consciousness hybrids, super dope. That's and then also the Ghosts of Gettysburg, which is we did like a camp out and seance. It's filled with spirits, and interviewed these owners of haunted properties, right, on like historic lands. I mean, and dude, it's beautifully shot. Like, we had a reenactor on the Gettysburg battlefield, and like two of them actually. And dude just shot this beautiful footage. And again, yo, Alien Girl, Amy, same deal. It's like literally right place, right time. I mean, it's like national park territory. And as of, I think it was like January, I think January 21 maybe, or January 2020. But like, it was only then that this law went into effect or whatever, where you no longer were required to get a permit for commercial filming on national park territory. Like, it's sick. It's just insane that the stars aligned where we can just go do something like that and get ballin' footage. Like, it's so sick, and it looks so
Dude,
beautiful. The cinematography is awesome.
we're both there where it's like, okay, I every time I'm like, we'll just give up on the show. Okay, guys, it happens. I love you guys, but it's not. But there's always this thing that happens, and it's always this, the next step comes towards me. Like, I track the next step towards me, whatever it is, whatever. I'm like, well, who's gonna be the next guest on my show or whatever, and they show up. Or like, what's the next idea? And there's the next idea. Or, oh wait, we still got to get this person or that person. And I think that's like a really important energy in content creation. That, like, the next big thing's about to happen. Like, every single day. That's what makes UFOs kind of easy and crafting hard. Like,
Right.
what are you gonna knit next? Oh, oh.
I agree. Harder to
I
hype.
mean,
But if anybody could hype the knitting, it would be you. You can definitely do it.
somebody else can hype it, man. I can't hype the knitting. I'm not even a knitter. But I think the interest in that was like, I like the idea of small business. So I like the idea of running my little Etsy shop, of helping other moms who want to, try, if they had a question, I make a video about it. And now I'm going to be using that channel to, my parents are starting their own show called Good Morning Seniors. My dad's 70 and my mom's 68. And so they have like a whole studio and everything. So I'm going to be making videos for them about how they can set up StreamYard and how they can start their own podcast, and how I set up my room and what microphone I use and what lighting and stuff, and put that on Paper Crane Wishes to kind of start like a series, like a video. Because like I told you, now it's like an experimental channel.
Right.
Because when it monetized, I had to get to 1,000 subscribers and I had to get all those view hours and everything. View hours, you guys, are easy to get if you're just streaming. If you're just streaming live, like an hour a day, you'll get there in a month. Like, like in terms of, people, it grows so fast. Once it starts growing exponentially after some point, like, not real, you know what I mean? I think you guys know what I mean. And so then what happened with that channel is it took a long time to get to 1,000 subscribers. And when I did, I still didn't have the watch time at all. I'm just making these little 3 or 4 minute, crafting videos or whatever.
Yeah.
But then, yeah. And then when it did monetize, I want everything to just be like perfect when I execute an idea. Like, I want to know someone's going to watch it. Someone's going to want to watch. And I want it to be something I can tweet, because I got a Twitter following. I got 3,000 people following me. It's pretty fucking cool.
That's
Maybe
awesome.
they'll click on it, And I know some of
Right.
them want to start their own StreamYard thing. I know some of them want to start. And I always say, I've said it to every single person I've met who's ever wanted to show. I'm like, start it. It's so easy. Just, you don't even need a microphone. Just turn on your camera and start going, dude. And be you,
Yep.
100%, and freaking go at it. And people are going to be pissed off that you are who you are. They're not going to like you. They're going to say you're ugly, you're stupid, you're whatever. They're going to say tons of shit about you. Get ready.
Yeah.
And just go
But
after it.
who
And
cares, dude?
but it's the
Yeah.
people who can go over those obstacles to, like, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. It's that those people that end up having people watch them because they don't give a shit. And they've been
Exactly.
so authentic and real that, like, it took a long time to defend your personal character and personality type. It took a long time to defend it to the world. Well, I don't like how they say this, because, we get people who have very strong opinions and say very crazy things, and then they get huge followings, especially in the UFO world. And they're some of my favorites to watch because they're entertaining, which
Right.
is why I watch them. Like, they say, like, so one is my friend Rich Goofon, who is so funny, and he always makes me laugh, but he says the most politically incorrect stuff. So, I like the movie Step Brothers, and I like Rich makes me laugh. And he's just this, but he has to take shit all the time just to be rich every day. But when he presses the live button, he gets 200 people watching him talk his shit.
Wow. Dude,
He's
he's being
but then he
himself.
goes live, and 200 people are like, and it's because they like hearing someone be real, and he doesn't bullshit it. People are craving authenticity like crazy right now. They just want real things. And so I saw that from Rich. Rich's show is definitely, I watched it and I was like, holy shit, like this guy's got it good. He's not editing. For
Right.
one, he's not isolating, edit. Oh, that transition shit. That transition was okay. Really is a lot more. I was just doing 5-minute crafting videos, you guys. I can't even imagine the amount of editing time that Tyler's done here. So I didn't have to edit it. People came in, they were having fun, they were talking about relevant topics. And what you learn is like YouTube, people like to think, oh, and then all of a sudden I see people with these really great channels and they're streaming, they're growing their community, and then they're like, I'm just going to make documentaries and we're not going to go live. And I'm not even going to go in premiere mode. I'm just going to post a documentary now or whatever. And the problem with that is a lot of people just love coming to the chats. We are in a chat room and we're doing a show at the same time. These are two worlds hanging out. Some of the people listening right now, and I'll be honest, when I do it sometimes, I'm not listening to shit. Sometimes I'm on mute. Just jump through the chat room saying hi to all my friends. Hey guys, how's it going? Oh, okay, Rich is being funny tonight. All right, cool. Bye guys. Like I always, so it's all, also about that connection and checking in on people. And so like if my friend's on, I jump on. I say hi. I'm here to support you. Whatever. What's up, guys? How's it going? I listen. It's not like I don't listen to the shows. I listen to the shows because that's another thing about getting better. You need to look at other shows and be like, okay, how are they setting that up? Like my first panel, I interrupted people nonstop because I didn't know how. I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything. Nothing about it. Like I said, I grabbed a microphone and went in the garage and I was like, them aliens are coming. Like, what? You put me on a panel? Like I was like, yeah, like awful. And you just learn as you go on, and it's totally worth it. Oh, Tommy's here, my flock's here. Oh, are they? Wait, no, that's another. I thought our friends. See, that's funny. No, but we've got Hydro Babes. Okay, Grandmaster.
Yeah, Babs.
Oh,
Yeah,
Babs.
was
Babs
in
is
here.
the sponsor of the channel. Yeah, she's here. She sponsors Alien Girl 111. What's up, girl?
That's what up. Hey, Babs.
Sent
She's
me
saying hi to
email
Walt.
today.
Yo, I loved.
But
You. Go ahead. If you want to go ahead and finish your thought, and then I had
no,
a
it's
comment.
just the live chat, man. The live chat's where it's at. And anybody who's like, oh, I just want to sit here and do my thing and ignore the live chat, like Rich goof on. He says shit all the time. And he's like, I don't want to be one of these shows that just says like hi to people in the chat, like I'm not that way. And I'm like, fucking Rich, that's like what your show is, dude. like that's all I got the idea from you. You're making fun of. But this is why, we love watching his show. But it's part of that. Like you can't have one without the other. I think it's really hard to do a show and start it on YouTube right now if you're not kind of doing this model. You know what I mean? Like you're connecting, you're reaching out, you're being expansive, you're bringing people of interest, you're checking out other shows, you're collabing a little bit, you're getting, and I think it's going to be hard to just go record a movie and put it on the internet these days. I have friends who know I'm into YouTubing. And then they're like, oh, so I made this video with my kid and nobody watched it. How do you get people to watch your videos? Where do I start with that? Well, first I got made fun of entirely because you guys said I should be a YouTube star. Oh, Aim, you're trying to be a YouTube star, huh? The amount of mocking that I've been through to try to just like be, and it's like, I'm not trying to be a YouTube star. Like this isn't, no, like that's not what it is. I don't even think that shit exists anymore. I've heard people say it in the chat. Now's the time, the era of celebrity where everybody's, a celebrity. But the thing is there's so many niche markets and groups of people and everything. And the ufology world in itself is so close to everybody else. It's great. Like you were just on Savita's channel. I
Yeah.
didn't introduce you to Savita. You guys not even, you know what I mean? Like that's the thing about this is that this is part of it. The energy is the value. The energy is the value. You know, I don't even know where I was going with this, but this is all the shit I want to talk about that I can't talk about on my show because we're just talking about them aliens, you guys. This is just
Dude,
what
I'm
happens in the
glad that
back.
you're getting
This
it
is just
out.
backstage stuff. This is just what we talk about when the show's off. Because I think about it all the time. I think about content, how I'm going to execute it, what should it look like. That was the other component of the live show, and I do a 2-minute recap during the live show. And the reason I do that is so I have a clip to put on Twitter and I have a clip to put on TikTok. So I don't have to do
Ooh,
more work than what I need to do.
that's very smart thinking. There's a good
Yeah.
little nugget there for
And
anybody that's
then,
currently creating content or looking to create content. And
so
yo,
here's
the
the
other
thing
thing,
about, oh yeah, sorry, I could go on
well, I
now.
just
Sorry, I'm
wanted to
sorry,
mention
Tyler.
real quick was, yo, you definitely need to follow through on that idea. One, I yeah, I feel like I would be floored. I love that your parents are 70 and 68, I believe you said, and they're gonna start
Yes.
their own show.
hmm
Like
Good morning, seniors.
and you what's it called again?
Good morning, seniors. They liked Good
Good
Morning
Morning
UFOs. So they're going to
Seniors.
start Good Morning Seniors.
That's what's up. It's a great name. And yo, definitely do like document the process of showing them. Man, just a powerful story. I think people would be interested in watching it,
Yes, that's a good
and
point,
it will
Tyler.
also help others. Right? How to hop on StreamYard, how to schedule the post. So then, like that was something I noticed you doing. Typically, I haven't done that for this stream. I did, but where you schedule it and then yep, you can put your link on Twitter and stuff a while, like a day before. And then I noticed that, you do a great job that, wow, you're having a bunch of likes before you even go live, which from a content creation standpoint, I feel like helps the algorithm feed it to other people who might just be searching for UFO content at that time, right?
Well,
So
it's just been,
it's
yeah.
really cool. That's a great idea, and so I did do it for this one, and I'm not sure. I know it had at least one like pre air. I had checked that like I hadn't actually checked it too close to airing, so maybe there was a few more for like YouTube, but super cool, and it's easy. So I'm excited to see what you come up with in this video or this video series that documents the process of them starting up Good Morning Seniors and teaching them how to run StreamYard, where to put the lights, and that kind of stuff. I can't wait to see that.
It's going to be great. I can't wait to get them started. I got to zip over there this weekend and get them all set up. Just go shake their, because we did like lesson one. So I have to make the video on StreamYard and then I'm going to go through all the tabs, all that. There's a lot. It's a lot. And they're
Yeah,
older. So,
and you're doing
teaching them just,
thumbnails too, right? Like you
I
have to put in time for
do.
those, correct?
I do. And Photoshop's a hell of a beast. But I like it when things look clean and then like you can, like if we're doing a thumbnail, Tyler, you can be here and I can be here because you do it too, huh? You
I
do
do. I
thumbnail.
do
Did you do?
a very dumbed down version where I'm just doing it all on my phone with like the app's called Photo
Oh,
Eraser. So I erase,
oh,
both people's background and then photo layers, and then I just put them both on there. Oh, and then I use Fonto, and it's a third app then where I add the text. But it's just because I'm like, I could do that on the computer, but I don't know. I I'm the type of I'm like, oh well, if I can do this on my phone while smoking a cigarette, this is kind of
oh
even
yeah,
better.
that
Then I
sounds
can
good
just
right now. I'm gonna
like
smoke.
boom. Now I have it all done and I'm good. So
Yeah, and it's just like that. You don't need Photoshop. I use it just
that's the
because I want to get
perfect way
better
to
at it,
do
and
it.
I actually get a discount because I have educator something or another through my lineage or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got those inherited whatever perks. So I have the educator account, so I only pay like $30 a month for the Photoshop suite. So I also don't want to waste my time as I have access to this in case one day I don't have access to it to learn it because the shit's hard to learn.
It
I'm
is,
not
but
good at.
you
I
can
know
learn
how
it,
to like
right?
do an. I don't. I mean, yeah.
I think your
Well,
thumbnails look
yeah.
great. I think they look
Thank you.
fabulous.
Thank you,
They're
Tyler.
awesome.
It's hard. There's little stuff to learn, like all the little stuff, and it's just you don't think about how much goes into it, or like what people try to click on, or like how much you actually start to think about. And I never thought about that till I learned I learned a lot from watching my kid watch these YouTube shows, like Ryan's Toy Review
Yeah.
and all these shows. I learned a lot because Carter Scherer, that's one she really likes.
Oh, my
And
son was really into that. Yep.
yeah, yeah, so
When
the
he was like
Scherers, we watched
3,
Carter and
4.
Lizzie. They're married
Yep.
now. Yay! I was really happy about it. It's Carter and Lizzie are married. Carter and Lizzie are married.
Oh,
But
wow.
I remember watching, them move into the Frank Sinatra mansion. I remember seeing him buy his Lamborghini. I remember when he was in North Carolina and him and Lizzie were just these humble little cute teenagers, and now they're about to like get into their 30s, and now they're super wealthy. And I remember them hanging out with all their friends in their 20s doing all the weird stuff. And I remember him walking into her room once, and he's like, "What are you doing, Lizzie?" And she's like, "Oh, I've just been working on this thumbnail for 3 hours." Because and I looked at the thumbnail and I was like, "Oh wow, they really do sit there for a long time." And you look at them, they're like red ball, blue ball, green, yellow, orange. And people look at it and they're like, "Oh, they just got rich because they were marketing it towards kids." No, you guys. They got rich because they knew how to edit it. They knew the top of the line techniques. They were able to get the attention. Everything that they had done up until that point of their life was preparing them for that moment. And that's how I feel about my show now, because it was like I did so much stuff with the paper crane wishes and it never fruitioned into the stuff that maybe I wanted it to. Like some people, they get like crafting sponsorships and all of this crazy stuff,
Right.
and they start getting all the products and everything. And I got some products, but it was so hard. It was so hard to do that. I don't even know where I was going with that. But on the flip side, there's just you can just do so much with it, just so much with it. I just think everybody should go out there, create content. If there's a kid in your life who says they want to stream games, help them. Please don't be that person who's like, "That's dumb. You're never gonna make money streaming." It's like, shut the hell up, you old fogey, you brick in the wall. Are you like what? Have you turned on an iPhone today once? Like, and they do, like people in our generation, I've seen them say it to kids all the time. Oh, they just all think they're going to be streamers. And it's like, why? Because your life turned out this way and you don't think someone can live some kick-ass life playing video games and being a millionaire. It happens, and if it's a
It
possibility, the
does.
kids should go do it, as long as parents are okay with their kids and you feel like you can do it in a safe, healthy way, do it. I don't know. Thanks for letting me come on, Tyler. Like I said,
Yeah,
I
no,
just
for
was
sure. Yo,
dying to get on and talk about
dude,
this stuff because I don't really have the opportunity to discuss it too much at all.
yeah. No,
I guess that's the
I'm
best
glad
way
that
to
you
put it.
threw out the whole thing about, it's tough to get sponsorships or have stuff sent your way to review. And I just like you voicing that into the universe because here's what's up, man. I'm trying to think like 1, 2, 3, might have been like 3 years ago, but like I voiced that into the universe. I think I was messaging like Chris Rupert probably about it. Like, oh man, I wish somebody would send me like a microphone or whatever. Dude, between whatever the algorithm and all our data being sold and whatnot, or just self manifestation, dude, I'll be darned if I didn't start getting emails for like product reviews, like the next day. I crap you not. I'll have to go back and check the timestamps on that, but it was like, dude, it happened. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to go. Yeah, like I said, I'll go back and check the videos and the timestamps. But it was a few years ago, and I ended up, yeah, reviewing like a couple different microphones, just some crazy stuff. And they were like, and it was odd too, because I think all of them, if I'm remembering correctly, were Chinese companies, okay? And they, for whatever reason, like they couldn't ship me the product, right? They had to PayPal me the money and I buy it off Amazon, right? So like but it was just a weird thing, like
That's
that, where
cool,
they
man.
didn't actually send me the product directly, but Yeah. So for anybody listening,
dude.
somehow I accepted money from the CCP at one point in time. I
And you
think
don't
it
know
was
what's going to
legit.
happen. That's what's cool about the internet, you guys. It's like the internet gold rush. Like if you're not going out there and getting it, somebody else is already getting it. And if you think you can wait, well, no, someone else is going to go get it before you. Like there's going to be 2 years from now, it's not going to be easy to follow this live stream model that we're discussing. I've already thought about it in my head. This is going to be different in 2 years. All of this, you just got to be at the right tech. Like you have to be able to be ready for the technology to walk into it. You know what I mean? Like I was saying with all the paper crane wishes stuff and working my way up, and then I have all those skill sets that I developed along the way by doing that channel. And even though I was like, man, this didn't turn out the way I wanted, dude, it was like I made some UFO videos and immediately like Tim, who's UFO man, he's got 40,000 subscribers. He was like, come on my team, Amy, come contribute to my show. And I was like, I fit in somewhere. Like, this is weird. And then that's just been the continual feeling throughout the whole thing is like, oh my gosh, like I can fit in here. Like I fit in here. I fit in here on your podcast. You know what I mean? And like, oh, like I don't have to be like I just was losing my mind before the lockdowns, and I realized that this is what I need to be doing.
No, I love it. I love it. Yeah, no, I love that you're authentic, you're passionate. I'm glad that you could be yourself on the show and talk about right like the content creation side and branding and building a community. Um, because yeah, if you don't have anybody to talk about that with, like yo, it's a cool thing. Like you should be proud of yourself that you started a channel, that you have over 3,000 followers on Twitter, right? That you have over 1,000 subs and you monetize your YouTube channel. Like, yeah, you should feel good about yourself.
Took a lot,
And
man. It took a lot.
yeah, it's a lot of it's a lot of effort. You have to put in effort. There's no real shortcut around that. But like I guarantee you, anybody that tries and continues to do it, like they don't just stop after one or two, but if they're consistent, like I think a big thing with your channel here recently, the past couple months, is like yo that you've been consistently putting out that daily show,
That's
and it's
key, man.
consistent.
That's
It's
key. That's
consistency.
key. Because when people, like I said, right at 4:06, I'm making my coffee, and right at 5:06, someone's drinking their coffee, reminding that I'm on live because they pour their coffee every day at 5:06, and they're like, oh, I wonder what Amy's doing. Oh, she's being so
Exactly. And you guys are
she's crazy.
starting your day together. You're like they're hopping in, chatting, giving a shout out. You're saying what's up, and it's cool that you're having like a positive effect on people's lives, um, and they're having a positive effect on yours.
Yeah, they are, man. I'm gonna go meet some at the conference in Vernal, Utah.
Yeah. So plug some stuff. Where's this
Sure.
conference at?
Yeah, it's in Vernal, Utah. It's going to be happening May 27th, 28th, and 29th, so Memorial Day weekend. We got a lot of big hitters coming to the conference, including Avi Loeb. J.
Ooh.
Allen Hynek's grandson will be speaking. We also have Jared Leto. We have a lot of people coming from the Debrief who are going to be there because it's actually sponsored by the Debrief. And we also have like Chrissy Newton, who's from the Debrief, just like a couple people, like all these people I know we're all meeting up, and it's kind of cool. Like I'm really getting this feeling like this is like the conference of the year for me, and they're going to be revealing FLIR footage that they found. I don't even know what I think of FLIR footage at this point, but like I said, I'm just glad we're taking a little break from UFOs this evening. Fucking FLIR footage, but so they're getting FLIR footage that's coming out, so everybody's like, "Whoa, the FLIR footage!" And then so funny because like at last minute, like now I know Brett and Blake are showing their documentary there for the VIPs, which is cool because I get to watch it. Like I've already seen it, but you know what I mean? It's just fucking cool. Like I don't think they're going, but Rich goof on. I know. I read the tweets, you guys. I know, but you know he lifted me up in a time when I like was like, should I like give up, you know? And I think what I like to say is like there are people's I think when you do it live every day, it gets really hard to hide your personality too, and your emotions and your fears, and he, you know, but like Rich was like, Amy, you're real, you're authentic, Don't stop being you. Keep doing this. He brought me on his show. He doesn't have too many guests on his show, and brought me on. And he's like, keep doing what you're doing. It's fucking good. And there you go. And I have a lot of people, they'll be like, I can't support this person. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm loyal to the people who support me. And you were like, say this, this is actually a real scenario. And I'm like, and you supported me, so I'll support you. So like, even, they'll fight with each other. They'll come to me and I'll be like, no, you guys, I'm not breaking up my alliance to either of you because you're fighting.
No, oh, yeah, it's tough.
I love both of you equally. This is what happens all the time in the UFO. Everybody needs to calm down, get along. Somebody just needs to come in and be like, chill the F out, you guys. Like, can you imagine if we just talked about making the content and all the intricacies that we put into it? We're only seeing this superficial sort of person with whatever, like, persona, like, and they're putting out whatever field it is. But then, like, if you all, I don't know, we all just have so much. I'm just reading the chat. Hydro Hose, you're funny, man.
Man, I don't know. Yeah, Hydro Hose, if anybody's looking for a laugh, I keep her farts in a jar because I miss her. Tough. Yeah, that's a tough break there, Hydro Hose. Alien Girl, what was the name of that? I don't think you ever actually said the name of the conference. What can people Google for the name of the conference?
I'm sorry. It's the UFO Disclosure Symposium.
Okay.
UFO Disclosure. I'll pop it in the chat. I'll get the link.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's gonna be really cool. And I can't wait. I'm just ready to hit the conferences. I really want to go to Contact in the Desert. The last one they actually had for Contact in the Desert was 2019. So they didn't have a Contact in the Desert in 2020, 21, or 2023. Or no, sorry, 2022. So I'm hoping that Contact in the Desert 2023, that for me is going to be epic. So they better fucking have it, because I'm going. Okay, I'm putting the link in the chat, you guys, to the symposium we're going to. But I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just going to be trifecta, Like, you got to get out to these conferences, Tyler, and have you been to one yet?
No, I haven't been to any yet. But yeah, I mean, I'm into all this stuff. I'm flying out here on Friday to interview Rick Doty, right? Like Richard Doty.
Oh, yeah.
And so he's going to be the last interview for In Plain Sight, the intelligence community and UFOs, which his interview, just based on like what I've read of him or listened to him so far, I'm like, oh dude, this will be dope for the documentary. I mean, he was like, what was it? Air Force Special Office of Investigations or something like that. And like, well, so yeah, he was like paid or trained, like told, like directed to like disinform like people who had seen UFOs, right? And like give them half truths, plant materials and stuff on people's properties. Crazy stuff like that. Go to conferences and connect with the people there and feed information. So yeah, it's crazy.
That happened at Disclosure Con. That's what the dude told me who ran it, Doc Skinner. So he was really cool, and he was saying that the CIA, I mean, I think you and I talked about this. Yeah, they are going to these conferences, and you know what, guys, I'm gonna say I don't care. I don't care anymore, because any day, you don't know how long something's gonna last, and you just have to roll with it, and you got to punch hard. And I feel like that these days, where I've kind of held back. But you guys, there are spies in our community. I'm just gonna say it. There are people in our community who are directly coming on shows like this and all of ours. I know this sounds like the crazy paranoid UFO thing, and it does. It happens to people after a while. You just get crazy and you get weird. But I actually sincerely do believe that there are people. I don't think anybody specifically. There's no way that I could be able to determine that.
Right.
Yeah, I'll be there in a second. Cool. But yeah, you know, there's no way to be able to specifically determine that, but you know, they're there, and I think they're infiltrating the community. I think I mean, it's just nice to not be on a UFO show and like be able to just say it, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
But
because here's the thing, 'cause we're talking about
oh, but
content
I
creation,
put something in
branding.
the chat on the side real quick. If you can check it out real quick, because I don't like to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, no worries. Yeah, we'll wrap this up in 1 second. But like, here's the thing: we're talking about content creation, branding, these types of things. So it's like, yeah, the CIA, the government, like, why? Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you try and affect the narrative? For what, to what ends? I don't know, but like, hey,
It's
if
so
this is a
easy
strong
too.
movement and community, like you, whatever, it's like if you're in that position, like, well, dude, you feel like, man, I need to direct this in a way that's beneficial to us,
Dude, the
and not like,
analytics information
yeah.
on hashtag UFO Twitter, I'm going to go look that up tonight. There's got to be some serious numbers behind that, because we underestimate the power of this community, the UFO community. I know we're not in a UFO show, but, you know, it's underestimated. And I think if we look at the numbers, it'll become glaringly apparent. So, yeah, but I got to zip out here.
No worries. Yo, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people
Yes,
find you
thank
again?
you.
Alien
Yes,
Girl
Alien Girl
111 on YouTube
111. Yes.
and Twitter. Awesome.
Dude.
Well, yo, thank you guys. Yo, this has been another gnarly show. Alien Girl, Amy, love your energy, love your passion.
Dude,
you
thank you
absolutely
for letting
rock.
me come on. You too, man.
Keep creating communities. And yo, you have a great rest of the evening, because yeah, you got
You
an early
too.
show tomorrow.
Yeah, I do, man.
All right,
I'll see
until
you guys
next
later.
time.
Peace. Bye.
Yep, keep on keeping on.